What's up, guys? This is your not so familiar boy Shane. I'm a pal of your clan guy Richard. Whatever. No.
No, we're keeping it.
I
Anyways,
lost
guys.
the track.
This is DVK6. You guys know about that weekly show we're gonna do, but I'm starting it up now. Hopefully every week, preferably Sunday. We're gonna be talking about random things. You can leave your suggestions, whatever. But this week we have a few controversial topics, pretty opinion based. So don't crucify us if we don't coincide beliefs. So let's get right into it. First topic is Shane. What do you think of religion? Not so much religion as a whole, but just the concept of it.
Concept of religion. Well, I think it started off as people who couldn't really explain shit from before. Pardon my language. But yeah, they didn't really know how to explain it, so they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy in the sky kind of just built it for you. So here you go." And I think they sort of ran away with the topic, kind of a little bit for the financial reasoning, sort of. And don't hate me, don't hate the play, but yeah. So it sort of just spun off from there. That's what I think.
Well, building on that, it makes perfect sense of what you deducted just there, because back in the old days, I don't know the exact time date, but there was a lot of things that they weren't advanced to explain, per se. So instead of trying to deduct a reason as to why X reason or X thing occurred, they would just say, "Oh, some deity in the sky from X religion did this for us." And I think that was kind of their way of, well, explaining things that they didn't understand, so it makes perfect sense.
And it makes sense too, because say if this is say if this is going back to ancient Egypt, I learned this in history. I know they had religion before then, but say you are a pharaoh, you want money, obviously, because money is sort of the foundation for your civilization. That's how you build up off of it. So if you can just tell these people yeah, so you're gonna come to this location, you're gonna bring set amount of money to keep this organization running, and yeah, so then you have something to sort of believe in, so you feel your life isn't just gonna end when it ends. You sort of have something to look forward to. So they sort of a clever businessman could have just taken that concept and been all right, let's make some loot. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I think.
Anyone who says money is not important, and more specifically, someone who happens to be Catholic that money is not important is a goddamn liar. There is nothing in this world that you will ever be accomplishing without money. Sure, you can do a lot of things based on your own will, your own power, but let's look at the basis of it. What can you actually achieve without having some sort of income?
And another fun fact is that the only organization with more land owned than the Roman Catholic Church is McDonald's. It's true.
Alright, so building on this, why do you think people are turning away from religion? Not so specifically in the East, but in the West, here.
Yeah. Wait, say that again?
Why are people turning away from religion in countries like Canada, United States, just North America in general, where this is generally occurring?
Why are they turning away? Well, I feel like it's sort of our generation that's doing it. It's not like our parents don't believe, for the most part. But I feel that kids these days are pulling away from religion because they sort of don't need anything explained to them, and they have everything given to them by their parents.
Google, baby.
They don't even have to work for anything. My friend the other day, she just bought an iPhone 5 because her iPhone 4S wasn't cutting it. It's not like she had to I don't know what this has to do with religion, but she didn't have to work for it. Sort of if you take that concept, if you want to, I don't know, be successful, sort of, kids these days, they're okay, if I want to be successful, I need to focus on school or focus on this or that, instead of taking a second out of your day and sort of being grateful and being okay, thanks for giving me what I have to work with. So they kind of just sort of don't really need it or care.
Building on that, it's just because today in society, they don't have to care. They don't have to believe in religion. They don't have to have hope. When in a country like North America, especially countries like Canada, no offense to the US kids about there, but we have so much that we really don't need to work for anything. We don't need to hope. We don't need to take time off to pray. I don't know how many years back this is, but back in the past, it was illegal to work on Sunday. And that was time was often used to go to church, hang out with people. What is it used now for? Working? Football? Like, I don't mean to drift off topic, but kids today, they don't really have this hope because really they don't need it. It's being overshadowed by all the things that we have today.
That's true. That's a good point. But like, yeah, just kids really don't. It's sort of like we ran away from the concept that like you have it but you don't need it, but when you need it you sort of don't have it, like that concept. And sort of we looked at it as like, all right, well, we have it but we don't need it, so we just kind of forgot about it. And it seems like these days, like, people only really pray when they need something. Like, it's not to be thankful anymore.
You broke your leg, God help me get better. And then when you're better, it's like, who the hell's God? What is this shit?
And like literally on the announcements at my, because I go to a Catholic school, so does Richard. Like, we attend the same school.
Booyah.
On PD what? But like at our school, like on the announcements every day, I'll be sitting there like just being respectful and sort of listening, and they're like, God help us with this or help us with that, and it's sort of it's like God kind of gave you everything already to work with. Now it's solely up to you now to choose what you want to do with it. Like, the world is yours to shape. Like, if you look at people like Justin Bieber, for example, don't crucify.
Oh, I can already see the flame comments coming.
This kid, this no-named kid from Canada, 2 hours away from where I was born, he has shaped the world literally to how he wanted it, and that's incredible. And like
Little girls, J's everywhere.
On the announcements every day at my Catholic school, they're like, help us with this, help us with that, and I'm like, oh hell no! Like, you have everything. Like, just do it yourself. I think we should pray to be thankful, not to ask for more than what we've already been given. Yeah.
I agree solely and 100%. People need to start focusing on being more thankful and grateful that we live in a country like Canada. Because what's the chances of being born in a first world nation when there's so many countries on this planet, so many continents that don't even have a fraction of what we have? They would literally kill each other just to have scraps of what we throw away.
That's true.
Anyways, moving on from the controversy, we're going to talk a little bit about BF4. And personally, I really hope DICE doesn't, well, just take a shit in half the classes like they did in BF3. Like, starting with the recon class, literally, in competitive play, if they don't ban half the crap that you can use in it, what purpose does it really serve? Half the PDWs are garbage. The snipers are ruined absolutely by suppression. It literally has no practical use.
I hope they don't make it so that everyone just sort of abuses the defibrillators again.
Oh my lord, the medic trains.
Everyone, it's like you don't die. I don't play the game as much as Richard. Like, I haven't really played it in the last few months. But like when I used to play it, like everyone was just I would abuse the defibrillators. Like, and me and Richard would make jokes about it. It was funny, but
literally, if we had the BF3 defibrillators in real life, I don't think anyone would ever die.
Jesus wouldn't have died. Literally, like, they would have been nailing him into the cross, and like, this is me relating it to religion, but they would have nailed him into the cross, and some little punk would have walked up and been like, clear, 200 points, or something like that. I'd be like, what? Yeah. Okay, go Richard.
I don't know, man. I just think that the way they balance the class, maybe it makes for some fast-paced gameplay, but when I hop on Battlefield, I don't want to be playing in a match where everyone's dying every third second. It's almost irritating, because playing on some maps, maybe like Rush 500%, and the entire team is running medic, how the hell do you stop that? There is literally no way you can stop a whole bunch of semi-decent, not even competent people, but semi-decent people who can just run a medic train all over you. If you're not running assault in a competitive match, you're probably going to get run over. And I just don't think it's right that they would have so many good things on one class and then make everything else, except the engineer, so much worse than it needs to be.
That's true.
Like, come on, let's look at the Softland, for example. Like, for real? Is this real life when I'm looking at this thing? Like, what does it do? You sit it down and someone blows it up? You have to sit there pretty much designated the whole time you're out of the battle. They give you crap for points. Like, literally, you wonder why nobody uses it. It's because it's not worth using. And I think they actually need to put some time and effort. Even if we're the same concept now, they need to give you a hell of a lot more points for doing something so ridiculously boring and will take you out of the battle. I just don't think it's fair that you pretty much only see one class, M16, AEK, blah blah blah, every second of the match. If you're facing anyone with some kind of balls, it's repetitive and it really kills the life of the game.
Sort of turns it into Call of Duty. Everyone with this MP7, you're like, what? You're like, there's other guns in this game?
It's pretty much what it is. Everyone, M16, AEK, heavy barrel Cobra. Yeah, this is really fun. You know, after the 10th kill, you're like, okay, we're either base raping them now or we're getting base raped. So
you've gotten to the point where like you find a gun on the ground and you pick it up just to see what it is because you've never heard of it. You've only heard of like the AEK.
Legit.
You're like, what is this?
Like you pick up a FAMAS now, it's like folklore. It's like you dust the you brush the dust off of the damn thing because you've never seen it in so long.
It's folklore. Oh my god.
Like
there was a day when DBK was happy, but it's just folklore.
But still, complaining aside. All right, Shane. Last topic. Some sort of story.
Oh yeah. Okay. There's this guy named Oscar Pistorius, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's from South Africa. You may have heard of him in the Olympics because he ran the 100-meter sprint and he had no legs. Like he had sort of the spring legs, I guess, that you get when you're what's it called? When
Inspector Gadget. He's Inspector Gadget.
You're basically Inspector Gadget. So what he did was not too long ago, I believe his girlfriend and him were having problems, and his girlfriend came home one night, and this was Valentine's Day. And he thought she was a robber, so he shot her 4 times and once in the head.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and she was a supermodel. Like, this girl was... You would see this girl, and you're like... Huzzah! And you're just, like...
Man, who would shoot a supermodel? Unless she was really being stupid.
No, like, she was a sweet girl, like, apparently. But... And all his ex-girlfriends said he was crazy.
Man, dude, every time someone dies, no matter how bad they were before, everyone's like, oh, this person was so nice. Oh, bandwagon. Yeah.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll learn the real story behind it, but I just don't think we can all just deem people nice or whatever just because the sole fact that they were killed.
He said she was a robber, and then, I believe he shot her twice in the bedroom, and then chased her into the bathroom and shot her twice more through the door.
Really? You think they'd be incapacitated or at least unable to fight back about that? Like, let's be serious here. I don't know how many people are going to fight you, especially a woman, no sex involved, after being shot twice.
How you haven't realized they're not a robber yet. Shooting them twice and then following them to the bathroom. And they're screaming and you've heard that voice before. But you're like, nah, reload.
And you want to know what the thing is? People can get away with shit like that.
Yeah. Especially in, like, developing countries. Like, he lives in, like, South Africa, I'm pretty sure. And that's not, like, me being racist or anything, but, like, just in developing countries where they don't have, like, the same legal systems or the same capabilities, then yeah, like it's just a fact.
Anyways, guys, I think that's all the time for today. So if you guys want us to talk about anything, or if you want to see someone co-host with me, be sure to leave it in the comments. Send me a personal message, battle log, whatever.
Follow me on Twitter.
Follow me on Twitter. Hashtag swag. Hashtag team no follow back. You know.
Oh, it's over too. You got it right at the end. Alright, no more G3A3.